We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. Those words from the Declaration of Independence were revolutionary in 1776, and they remain revolutionary today. But we also know that in 1776, those words rang hollow for many people. After all, at the time of the Revolution, millions were enslaved, in bondage, had no ability to take part of the political process. Women were disenfranchised, and they were the subjects, basically, of their husbands. They had no social or economic rights or political rights that we take so for granted today. And when we declared independence, that hypocrisy was well understood by the Founding Fathers. Some ran away from it, and some pointed it out. And it took generations for us to start to live up to those principles for those that had been left behind. But we do need to remember that it's those principles of equality, of the social compact, of unalienable rights, of limited government, that helped us move forward. Think about the arc of our history. What happened was, in each succeeding generation, people that had been disenfranchised and left out of the political process hearkened back to the words of the Declaration of Independence. And they pointed out the fact of the hypocrisy that existed in the reality of the world. Lincoln, in the course of the Lincoln-Douglas debates, explained that the Declaration of Independence was not a declaration of what was, but what ought to be, and that it was a pole star for future generations to strive for and to achieve. Martin Luther King Jr., we're just celebrating that holiday across the country. He did the same thing. He didn't try to distance himself from the Founding Fathers. He didn't throw out the words of the Declaration of Independence and said they were irrelevant. He went to them. He said that the Declaration of Independence was a promissory note. If you don't know what a promissory note is, it's an IOU. And it was an IOU from the nation saying that we would live up to that founding first principle of equality. Just like Lincoln said, it was that pole star, it was that goal, it was that aspiration and inspiration that we needed to achieve. Lincoln, Martin Luther King Jr., other civil rights activists, Frederick Douglass, for example, they anchored themselves into the words of the Declaration of Independence, said this is what America stands for. And because we are short of what we stand for, we should strive not to tear down the country, not to throw out the Declaration of Independence, not to erase our history, but to embrace it and live up to it. That's the genius of the Declaration of Independence. And clearly we are falling short even today. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't follow the footsteps of Lincoln and of Martin Luther King Jr. and Frederick Douglass and all those other civil rights giants in our country's history. Learn the Declaration of Independence. Embrace it. Stand up for it. And make sure our society lives up to it. God bless you, and God bless America.